Welcome to IAS Project. We are continuing with the videos on Indian economy for UPSC Civil Services Exam. In our last lecture, we have talked about what economics is, what economy is. We have seen some basic definitions. We have also seen what are factors of production and how factors of production are important for any kind of manufacturing activity or a service. We have also seen what goods are. We have also seen what services are. Now, let's talk further about economics. Economics is often divided into microeconomics and macroeconomics. The word micro simply means small and macro simply means large. These both words actually have Greek origin. Let's look at microeconomics. Microeconomics studies a specific area of economics. For example, it can study about individuals or small group of individuals like laborers. It can study a household. It can study a firm. It can study markets. Adam Smith, as we have seen, who wrote a famous book in 1776, and the name of the book is given here, is considered as the founder of microeconomics discipline. Microeconomics involves a bottom-up approach. What does this mean? Microeconomics starts with individuals or individual aspects of economy, and then it tries to explain the economy itself. For example, supply and demand. If we consider food supply and demand affects how food is reached or food is distributed to the population. If the supply is higher, the rates fall. If the supply is low, the rates are high. So this is studied by microeconomics. Microeconomics also studies aspects like buying and selling, or various parameters that are studied in microeconomics are prices of goods, incomes of individuals, coffee production in Karnataka, example, tea production in Assam. All these are examples for microeconomics field. Let's look at what macroeconomics is. As we have seen, macro means large. Macroeconomics studies overall economy of the nation as a whole. So in the previous example, we have seen in microeconomics, for example, production of coffee in Karnataka is studied by microeconomics and not macroeconomics. Why? Because coffee is just one product. It is not overall economy. And moreover, Karnataka is only one state. It is not the entire nation. So coffee production in Karnataka, tea production in Assam, and rice production in, let's say, West Bengal are the studies which are conducted by microeconomics field. However, if someone were to study overall economy aspects of an entire nation like India, it belongs to macroeconomics. John Maynard Keynes, who wrote a famous book again during the Great Depression. Great Depression happened in 1929 to 1939. It is almost for 10 years. And during this time, in 1936, John Maynard Keynes wrote a famous book called General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money. John Maynard Keynes is considered as the founder of macroeconomics discipline. We have seen in the previous slide that Adam Smith is considered as founder of microeconomics discipline. Macroeconomics studies aggregate totals of supply and demand. What do we mean by aggregate totals? Aggregate totals means totals at the highest level of economy. For example, food supply and demand at India level or all India level is a topic of discussion in macroeconomics. Macroeconomics deals with aspects like total investment, total consumption, inflation at the country level, GDP, unemployment rate, etc. So we have seen microeconomics deals with lowest level aspects of economics like at the level of individuals, households, etc. And macroeconomics deals with the entire national level. So it is very difficult to categorize any study in economics either into microeconomics or macroeconomics. So many experts or many economists imagine this not as a dichotomy but as a continuum, which means that aspects or studies in economy can be placed at different levels between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So this is basically a continuum. Mesoeconomics falls into this continuum. So mesoeconomics lies between micro and macroeconomics. Mesoeconomics is also called as mesoeconomics. It is basically seen as an intermediary level between macro and microeconomics. It deals with, for example, regional economy, which is between micro and macro levels. Let's look at what econometrics is. Econometrics is nothing but statistical and mathematical analysis of economic relationships. Econometrics helps us in giving economic forecasting. So we have seen what are the types of economics. Now let's see the types of economies. In order to understand the types of economies, let us put some questions first. What to produce in an economy? How to produce it? When to produce? How much to produce? For whom to produce? And how to distribute the product that is produced? So depending on the answers we give to these questions, we can sort what type of economy it is. Let us see. What to produce, how to produce, when to produce, how much to produce, for whom to produce, how to distribute. If all these questions are answered by the market, that is where there is pre-decision making by sellers as well as buyers, then it is called as a market economy. If all these questions are answered by state or simply people or community, although the people may not exhibit their direct decision, they elect people's representatives, and such people's representatives together make state, and such state makes decisions on all the questions. Then it is called as a state economy. If both market and state answer these questions, then it is called as a mixed economy. So we have seen the type of economics. We called it as micro, macro, and mesoeconomics. And now we are seeing the types of economies. And we are calling them market economy, state economy, and mixed economy. Types of economy are capitalist, which is also called market economy or free market economy, socialist economy, which is often called as state economy, and mixed economy. Let's talk about capitalist economy first. Capitalist economy is also called as market economy or free market economy. Free market economy simply means participants in the market have free decision making powers. Hence the word free. In the capitalist economy, all factors of production are under the ownership as well as control of private individuals. So in a perfect capitalist economy, private individuals own and control all the assets in the economy. Profit is a main objective of the economy. Obviously, when private individuals are the owners and controllers of the aspects or assets of the economy, their most important motive is profit. Capitalist system is driven by private property as well as profit-seeking nature of these private individuals. Adam Smith, as we have seen, is a person who is the founder of microeconomics. He is also one of the leading members behind the ideology of capitalist economy. Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations book, which was released in 1776, actually has many ideas relating to the capitalist economy. Also, his concept, theory of invisible hand, which was written in his book, The Theory of Moral Sentiments, which released in 1759, also has ideas of capitalist economy. Let's look at further. Capitalist economy treats participating members, that is individuals and firms, as rational as well as seeking self-interest. Rational means a person who is logical in decision making. So decision making based on logic is called as being rational, or having reason is called as being rational. So if you make decisions based on logic and reason, then you are called as a rational person. Capitalist economy treats all the participating members, that is individuals, firms, investors and other people, as rational. So they know what they are doing. Also, they seek self-interest. Let us understand these two aspects with an example. If there is a seller, his most important objective, if he is thinking rationally, is to get more profits. So he will try to do all the cost cutting required so that he can get the most profits. So if we look at a buyer, if he is thinking rationally, his most important priority would be to get the items at the cheapest rate possible without compromising on its quality. Let's look at the theory of invisible hand regarding this. Theory of invisible hand was given by Adam Smith. We have also seen the name of the book in which he has given this, The Theory of Moral Sentiments, which was released in 1759. Theory of invisible hand simply states that when people are acting in their self-interest, they not only benefit themselves, but they also cause benefits to other people in general. That is, they cause a greater public good without intentionally wanting to cause it. Let us understand the theory of invisible hand with an example. Let's say you want to go and buy a computer in a market. So what happens is, when you go to buy a computer, you will act rationally and in your self-interest and think what is the cheapest product and what is a product with best quality. You will try to get both these if possible. You will see different models, for example, HP, Dell and all other laptops. If you have selected, let's say, a particular model, company which is making that particular model gets benefits. How? They get profit. You bought this computer because it is cheap and it has good quality. Because of that, it has gained profits. Its incomes have increased. Because these incomes have increased, they will put more money into R&D. They will put more money into R&D and they will develop even cheaper product and even better quality product. So what happens? If a third person wants to buy a computer, let's say after 2 or 3 years, when the new model is coming into the market, he will get a cheaper product and better product because a person like you or people like you are buying better laptop that is cheaper. So what happens in a period of time, let's say in 10 years or 20 years, the prices of laptops go down tremendously. The quality increases tremendously. The computing power or let's say performance of the laptops increase tremendously. This is what actually happened in last 20 years. If you see 10 or 20 years back, the kind of laptops they were, and if you see the laptops right now, it is caused because of invisible hand. That is, people choose their self-interest. They go for goods which are cheapest as well as having most quality. And because of that, the sellers who are selling such kind of goods, that is the goods which are cheap and are of high quality, gets benefits in the form of profits. So their business thrives. When their business thrives, they invest more, they sell more products, and because of selling of those more products, even more consumers or customers get benefit. So this is how invisible hand works. Although I have explained this in the terms of let's say laptop, which actually has very high periods of time to get, let's say, any changes, you can explain this with cheaper aspects, cheaper services also. For example, let's say there is a restaurant. When you want to go and have food outside, you will obviously see which restaurant has the best quality and the price is not too high. So what you will do, you will go to such kind of restaurant which has high quality and lower prices. Because of you, the restaurant thrives, the restaurant gets more money. Because of you as well as people like you, restaurant gets more money. Once they get more money, they will open more branches. More money, more branches. So once more branches are opened, they can serve more people. So this is nothing but invisible hand. So in a way, you eating in that restaurant, because it is serving good food and it is costing less than other restaurants, has helped the restaurant in gaining profits. With the gaining of profits, they have opened more branches and they are serving more people now. So more people are getting the benefits which initially you were getting. So this is the theory of invisible hand. Capitalist economy also believes in division of labor and specialization of labor. So what is meant by division of labor? Division of labor simply means people who are good at something have to do that. People who are not good at something should not do that. For example, there is a person A and there is a person B. So if A goes to fishing for 1 hour, he can catch 10 fishes. If he is not going to fishing and he is going to, let's say, gather apples, in 1 hour, he can gather 20 apples. B, on the other hand, if he goes to fishing, in 1 hour, he can fish 20 fishes. However, if he goes to apples, he can only gather 10 apples in 1 hour. Suppose they are spending half an hour each on these two activities. Then A can catch 5 fish and 10 apples. B, in half an hour on fishes and half an hour on apples, he can catch 10 fishes and 5 apples. So if we give them whole 1 hour, we can see that we have 15 fishes and 15 apples at the end of 1 hour. So 15 is our number. So total can be 30 items. However, if we give A the job of gathering only apples, and if we give B the job of only gathering fishes, then we can catch 20 fish and 20 apples at the end of 1 hour. So 20 plus 20, 40 is better than this 15, 30. So this is called as division of labor. So if A and B divide the labor according to the fields they are best in whatever they do, for example, A is gathering apples when B is gathering fishes, then it is called as division of labor. Once A is good at apples, then he is said to have specialized in gathering apples. This is called as specialization of labor. Capitalist economy also prefers the approach of laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is a French word which means allow to do or let it be. Laissez-faire is a policy of minimum governmental interference in the economic affairs of individuals and society. Minimum governmental interference means the market has to be as free as possible. The government should not intervene in the decisions of buyers and sellers. Laissez-faire expects least or no governmental interference. Capitalist economy also promotes free competition. In a capitalist economy, state serves only those roles that cannot be served by private entities. For example, law and order, defense can be taken by state because they ideally cannot be given to any private entity. Capitalist economy also rewards innovation. Let's follow in the next video. Please like and share this video. Also subscribe to IAS Project. Thank you.